Confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, I'm audible, guys. Now please respond to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, I'm audible. All right. So in the last session, I think so on Friday, I have taken a session, guys. That session just I have given brief review of the content what I'm going to cover in core Java. Up to that, we understood there in the last session. Okay, now today we are going to start the content here directly core Java content here. I'm going to start, but before that, just so we can understand, daily classroom link here I've given there, and our admin number also I given. Single point of contact about my classes. Then better those who are attending newly for today's class, no. So just to try to take screenshot of it. Okay. All right, sir. Now screenshot of it. Just this link and this one. This link is for classroom notes. Whatever the document I'm preparing now, that you are able to get. Next one is now coming to this full stack Java content here, core Java, advanced Java, Hibernate, Springboard, microservices, EO technologies, and React JS. EO technologies and React JS will be covered by some other trainer at Durgasoft, but first 6 topics will be covered by myself. Core Java, advanced Java, Hibernate, Springboard, microservices will be covered by me. Okay. Timing for this is what there 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. core Java. After a few concepts of core Java, I'll start advanced Java at 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Okay, then after a few concepts of advanced Java, then I'm able to start that Spring framework, Springboard, microservice, or Hibernate, all three at any time at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. or 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. That any slot here I'm going to use for the sake of these concepts now. Okay, all right, sir. Core Java syllabus here I covered. So many concepts here I covered here, almost all. Up to the latest version here, we are able to get the completeness, complete information we are able to get. Okay, then advantage of this courses, if you think about it, no, mainly here we are going to understand. Then what we are going to get here mainly, every session is a recording, no, every session is a recorded session. Every session recordings you are able to get from our classes. Okay, so even including Friday class and today's class also, recordings here we are able to get every class. All right, sir. After this, direct classroom notes access is available. At the end of the course, you will get a course completion certificate from Durgasoft. So working with multiple IDs, it's okay. It's a normal thing. Nothing is good now. Right, sir. Then after that, classes will be Monday to Saturday mandatory. On demand, I will take sessions on Sundays also. If it is required to take the class on Sundays, then definitely I will take classes on Sundays also. Right. Next one is after that. Now coming to the introduction part. Introduction of the Java. What content here I'm going to discuss with you. Now, of course, now today we are going to start our syllabus actually. What we are going to discuss here in core Java. Inside this introduction part, the first one is differences between Java and others. Here, others in the sense, my point of view is what is C and C++. This is point number one. This is a topic here we are going to understand. Differences between Java and others. Okay. Then after this, after understanding the differences between Java and others, the next topic is Java features. After these Java features, Java naming conventions. After the Java naming conventions, Java programming format. Right, so now these are the 4 topics we are going to understand inside the introduction part. Once we complete this introduction part, then we will start how to prepare Java program, steps to prepare Java program. That will be the second unit. Now this is the first unit here we are going to understand. This is almost all same as like what the total introduction part for Java. why Java is coming, then how Java is different from other programming languages, mainly C and C++. Right, sir. What exactly the features of the Java, what naming conventions are available inside of the Java, what programming format you are going to use to prepare Java programs, then all we are going to understand inside this introduction part. Now let us start this first one here. Differences between Java and others. Here others are like what they're C and C++. Alright, so now I'm going to give one simple conclusion to all of you guys. Observe carefully. The conclusion is most of the people are believing that if you want to learn Java programming language, first we have to learn C++. If you want to learn C++ programming language, first we have to learn C programming language. So people are forming a chain process. Here the chain process is like what there. First C programming language, after that C++, after that Java. Directly I'm giving clarity to all of you guys. To understand Java programming language, to understand core Java, no need to have any other programming languages as a prerequisite. The straightforward dialogue I'm telling there. C and C++ are not mandatory to learn Java programming language. In which your C programming language and C++ programming languages are available as a startup programming languages. In the same way, core Java is available in Java to start up the programming part, to start programming part. Because of that reason, no need to learn C and C++ to understand Java concepts. Guys, now one time please all of you confirm to me. All of you are getting clarity on my statement. And a questions box, please say yes or no. Are getting clarity on my question here? What I said to you? What explanation here I've given there? All of you are getting it now? Alright, that's nice. Now coming to the content here. To show the difference, to show that point actually. Java is different from C and C++. C and C++ are not mandated to learn Java. To show this particular point, I've taken the topic name differences between Java and others. That is the main intention of taking this particular topic. Okay. Right, sir. This is one reason. And the second reason why I'm taking this particular topic here as a first topic here, in the introduction part, why I'm taking this particular one. I have another reason also. What is that another reason actually? Observe carefully. For example, if you go for an interview in outside, I may give you a resume to the interviewer. In our resume, interviewer will check a skill set. In the skill set, you might be specified like what? The technologies list. What technologies list here you are able to specify there? C, C++, Java, Python, .NET, and so on and so on and so on. Whatever the technology names you are going to aware, you are aware. Every technology name you are trying to say. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? In general, even we are not aware about the technologies 100%. Just we know only the names of these technologies, but still we are going to provide all the technologies names inside the resume. To make resume is weightage. To make resume is strong. But it is not right actually. It is not right. Once you specify some technology name in your resume, it means that you are mastering that particular technology. Then interviewers are having rights to ask questions on that particular technology. If you specify any technology name in our resume, interviewers are having rights to ask questions on the technologies. So there's a meaning here. So because of that reason, before going to specify the technology name in the resume, first we have to make sure whether you are aware about the technology or not. If you are aware about the technology, then only specify the technology name in our resume. Okay, it's okay, fine, no problem. But when we provide that resume to that interviewer may identify C, C++, Java, and so on, list of technologies in our resume. Then immediately the very first question, what interviewer is going to ask to you, is like what? Can you tell me the differences between C, C++, and Java? Can you tell me the differences? Can you tell me the reasons why Java is very good when compared with the C and C++? How can you say that Java is different from C and C++ programming languages? So this type of questions here we are able to get. This type of questions here we are able to get. Right, sir? Now here we are going to understand the answers clearly. To answer for this particular question, at least we have to open our mouth and we have to answer for that question. No? To answer for this question, I provided a set of differences between Java and the C and C++ programming languages. Let's understand all these differences now. The very first difference here I'm telling to you guys, now observe carefully. The very first difference is what there. C and C++ are static programming languages. But Java is a dynamic programming language. C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. This is the first difference, guys. Guys, are you understanding the statement what I have given? Just please read out this first statement now. I'll give the complete explanation for you. No need to worry for it. All of you just one time read this point here. One time read this point. If all of you read this point, just give a message on the questions box for me so that I will move forward. Okay, sir. Perfect. Now, if you want to understand C and C++ are static and Java is a dynamic programming language, if you want to understand that, first of all, we need to start some basic concepts. Then after that, we are going to understand. Okay? Yeah, Gomati, you'll understand it after my explanation clearly. Right, sir. Good. Now, just I'm going to ask a sequence of questions to you. Try to answer for my questions. One by one, I'm going to ask them or try to answer for it. Very simple. For example, guys, I have written a C program. C program. This is my C program. Everybody put more concentration. Some fundamentals I'm discussing now. To understand C++ is a static and Java is a dynamic, no? But understand it now. C program, if you take now, obviously the file extension should be like what there? .c. That file extension should be like what there? .c. This is C program. Inside the C program, I have written a program, sir. I have written a program. Then after writing C program, what we have to do, sir? Next one. Next one is what there? We have to execute that C program. If we execute that C program, then we are able to get some output. Alright, so now execution here we have to perform. Execution. Guys, I'm asking one question there. Who is executing our C program actually? Who is executing our C program, sir? Now tell me. Definitely, one machine will execute a C program. Am I right or not? Even I'm not asking about the specific machine name. Even I'm not asking about the specific machine name. Just here we have to understand one machine is executing C program. One machine is executing C program. Okay. Now, in general, the name of that machine is what there? C engine. The name of that machine is what there? C engine. C engine is the name of that particular machine. All of you observe carefully. Here, what I am telling now, C program here we have written. Now, execution process here we are going to do. But who is executing our C program? If you think about it now, C engine will execute this program. Okay, clear. Now, the point is what? If we provide the C engine, if we provide the C program to the C engine, if we provide the C program to the C engine, automatically program will be executed. After executing that program, here we are able to get some outputs. After executing that C program, here we are able to get what there, some outputs here we are able to get. What outputs here we are able to get here, that depends on the program what we have written. Here definitely here we are able to get what there, some outputs. Clear? Understand guys what I'm telling you now? Guys, but here there is a problem. What is the problem here? I'm telling you now, observe carefully. Here, who has written the C program? So just answer for my question. Who has written the C program? Come on guys, everybody, please respond for me. Who has written that C program? Come on. Is it developer or any other mission? Who has written the C program, sir? Now tell me, developer or any other mission? Definitely programmer or developer. Developer might be written that program. Nice. Okay. Developer has written that C program by using C programming language. Developer has written that program by using C programming language. Means that developer is able to write that program in his understandable language. Developer or programmer has written that program in his understandable language. That understandable language is what their high level language. That understandable language is what their high level language. In a high level language only, programmers or developers are able to write the C programs. That is high level language. Can you tell me some example for high level language? Our C programming language, Java, maybe C++. All these are high level language only. But the syntaxes are like what there int A is equal to 10. For example, if you take this instruction now this is user developer language, developer friendly language. Developer can understand int int is a data type, a is a variable, equal is an operator, 10 is a constant value, semicolon, terminator. Developer can understand it. So this is developer understandable language. That's nice. Guys, you only now tell me, who is executing the C program, sir? Who is executing C program? Is there any mission or human being? Now tell me, who is executing C program? C programs are executed by human being or any mission? Come on guys, now please respond for me. Waiting for your reply. Mission is executing C program. That is C engine. C engine is a mission. Now tell me guys, what languages are understandable to the C engine now? Is it possible for C engine to understand directly high level language? What languages are understandable to the C engine now? C engine is not human being. So it's a mission. So it's able to understand mission language. It's able to understand what their mission language. Mission language is also be called as like what their low level language. Mission language are what their low level language. Here we can understand mission language or low level languages. Understand it clearly. So what this mission language or low level language actually? Int A is equal to 10 semicolon we provided now. The equivalent coded mission language is like what there, like this. Here we are able to have the content. Observe carefully guys what I'm telling there. This is in the form of zeros and ones only. Here we are able to have it now. I think so you understand. Developers friendly language is high level, mission friendly language is what there, low level language now. Okay. Guys, all of you observe carefully. If I provide C program that is in high level language to the C engine, is it possible for C engine to execute this high level language directly? Now you only tell me. I'm asking this question there. Now try to answer for it. Is it possible for C engine to understand and execute high level program directly? Is it possible? Now tell me guys, all of you know. Everybody respond for me. Is it possible? Not possible. Not possible to execute directly high level language, developers friendly language by C engine directly, as it is a C engine, as it is a as it is following mission language. Okay. So what I have to do now? If you want to execute my program, what I have to do? Can I write the program in low level language directly? No, not possible. I can write the program in high level language only. But C engine required low level language. C engine required what then? Low level language. So what should I do now? What should I do now? Exactly. if you have any translation mechanism, from high level to low level, then our problem is going to be solved. Now here, if you have any translation mechanism or converter, or translation mechanism to translate the program from high level to low level, then our problem is going to be solved. Now let me check for it now. Is there any translation mechanism to translate the code from high level to low level? If it is available, then what it is able to do now? Now you can observe carefully. If it is a translator, for example, a translation mechanism, what it will do now? It will take the C program directly. It will translate from high level to low level, and it will provide that low level code. In the form of a separate file. It will provide the low level code in the form of a separate file. This would be the separate file. That separate file, maybe the separate file is directly executable file, so its extension should be .exe. Separate file here we are able to get .exe file. Now inside this .exe file here we are able to have directly executable code. It is able to have like what there directly executable code here we are able to have there. Now the process, the conversion process, what we have done from high level language to low level language. Now again here I'm telling that this is what there low level language. This is low level representation. This .exe file contains like what there low level representation, low level language code only. Okay, if we give this low level language code to the C engine can execute this, and C engine is able to provide some output. So first of all, here we provide high level language to the translator or conversion mechanism. This conversion mechanism will convert the code from high level representation to low level representation. And if you provide that low level representation to the C engine will execute it, and C engine is able to provide that output. Now, in this context, in this scenario, the translation mechanism which you have taken to translate the program from high level to low level, if you perform anything, here the translation mechanism here what we have taken, the translation mechanism is called as compilation. The translation mechanism is called as what there? Compilation. Guys, all of you are getting clarity? What is the meaning of this compilation? What is the purpose of the compilation, guys? Now tell me, all of you know. What is the purpose of the compilation? Yeah, now in a questions box now provide information. What is the meaning of what is the requirement of the compilation? Now tell me. What is the meaning of most of the people are thinking about it? No, compilation is the process of checking errors. Process of checking errors is okay, but at the same time, what is that another point here? No, another point is translate the program from high level to low level. Translate the program from high level language to low level language. That is exactly the meaning of like what there compilation. Right, sir. It's okay, fine. Now observe carefully. Compilation does point number 1, translate program from high level language to low level language. This is one point. Translate program from high level to low level. That's okay. And second one, guys, observe carefully. Another point is what? Now tell me, guys, who has written that C program first? Now tell me. Who has written C program first? Now tell me. Yeah, the .exe file is generated by compilation process. Compilation process is generating .exe file. Okay. Now tell me, guys, who has written that C program? Developer or programmer? Strictly speaking, human being, right? Human being, right? It's okay. Now you only tell me, what is the fundamental right for human beings, sir? Now tell me. I'm asking this question there, just general knowledge question. What is the fundamental right for human being? Tell me, you only tell me. Everybody, you are having that fundamental right. Myself, I'm having fundamental right. What is the fundamental right for human being? Mistakes, doing mistakes or committing mistakes in our programs. It's a fundamental thing. Definitely mistakes are available. Without checking mistakes and executing program is a crime. Understand my point? Having mistakes in our program is not at all a problem. Is not at all any problem. Is not at all a problem. But without checking mistakes in our program, trying to execute the program is a crime. So because of that, what is required now? Before executing the program, we have to check. Before executing the program, we have to check whether our program is having errors or not. We have to check whether our program is provided as per the rules and regulations of the Java programming language or not, or C programming language or not. So before executing the program, we have to check whether our program is having errors or not, mistakes or not. Right, sir? Who is going to check that one? Who is checking that one? Exactly, the compilation process again is checking that process also. So compilation process is having another responsibility, that is like what their error checking. Error checking. Right, sir? Guys, I'm asking one question to all of you. Now try to answer for it. All of you are understanding up to now? Are you getting clarity up to now? No response, guys. Time to time, if you give response, then I'll move forward. Okay, clear. Nice. Now I'm going to ask one more fundamental point here. Now try to answer for it, everybody. Another fundamental point. Respond for me. For example, if you write an intersection like int a is equal to 10, this intersection here I have written. When we process this intersection, guys, now tell me, when we process this intersection, what's going on internally? What is going on internally when we process this statement? All of you guys, now respond for me. When we process this statement, what is going on internally? What is going on internally? I'll give some point here. Now observe carefully. When we process this statement, now internally, a variable will have memory, a block of memory, maybe 2 bytes of memory or 4 bytes of memory or maybe 8 bytes of memory, depending on the language. Now I'm using C programming language. Now it will be like what? The 2 bytes of memory. 2 bytes of memory will be allocated in the case of C programming language. In the 2 bytes of memory, value will be stored. What is the value for a? 10. 10 value will be stored inside the memory. 10 value will be stored inside the memory. This is going to be happen. As a when we process into a is equal to 10 statement, no, into a is equal to 10 statement, when we process it, no, what is going to be happen internally? Internally, 2 bytes of memory will be allocated for a. In the 2 bytes of memory, value 10 is going to be stored. It means that memory allocation is performed or not? Come on, please confirm to me. Memory allocation will be provided or not? Come on, guys, everybody, understand. Answer for my question now. Internally, memory allocation is provided or not? Say yes or no. Yes, memory allocation is provided. Okay, memory allocation is provided. Please, all of you understand this now. If the memory allocation is provided at compilation time, if the memory allocation is provided at compilation time, then that memory allocation is called static memory allocation in any programming language, or else maybe if the memory allocation is provided by the compilation process at a compilation time, then that memory allocation is called as what? There, static memory allocation. Static memory allocation. Similarly, if the memory allocation is provided, at a runtime of the application, at execution time, at a runtime of the application or at execution time, this is actually compilation time here. We have to understand. This is like what the compilation time. Now here, execution runtime. Runtime is nothing but what they now here we have to understand execution time, or we can call it as like what there runtime. Both are same. If the memory allocation is provided at compilation time or at runtime, If the memory allocation is provided compilation time or at runtime, automatically that memory allocation is called as like what there dynamic memory allocation. That memory allocation is what there dynamic memory allocation. Guys, now confirm to me. All of you are getting clarity on it. What is static memory allocation and what is dynamic memory allocation? Now please answer for me. Guys, now tell me. All of you are getting clarity on it. What is static memory allocation? What is dynamic memory allocation? Now tell me. I'm ready to give conclusion about my class here. My particular point now. Are you getting clarity on it? What is static memory allocation? What is dynamic memory allocation? Okay. Right. Now I'm going to give clarity on it. Now try to understand it clearly. Observe carefully. If any programming language is following static memory allocation, if any programming language is following static memory allocation, then that programming language is simply a static programming language. If any programming language is following dynamic memory allocation, then that programming language is what there dynamic programming language. That's simple, very simple. If any programming language is following static memory allocation, then the programming language is a static programming language. If any programming language following dynamic memory allocation, then the programming language is what their dynamic programming language. Right, sir. Right, Ram Tej, I will come for that point. Just wait a minute of time. Let me confirm this. No, now let me complete this statement here. Now the point is what? What is our actual point here? No, 1 minute. Now let me delete all of them. Not required now. What is our point actually? C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. That's the point here I'm telling there. Now observe carefully. If any programming language is following the static memory allocation, then that programming language is a static programming language. That's the conclusion, sir. Note I'm telling there. What is the note here? Example here I'm telling to you C and C++. That's point here. Note here I'm giving there. What is the note? No. If the memory allocation is provided, if the memory allocation is provided for the data at a compilation time, then it is called static memory allocation. If the memory allocation is provided for the data at compilation time, then it is called as what there static memory allocation. All right, sir. This is one point here we have to understand. Clear. Next, observe carefully. If any programming language is following the dynamic memory allocation, then that programming language is a dynamic programming language. Now examples here I'm telling to you Java and Python and so on. So many programming languages. Nowadays, most of the programming languages are the dynamic programming languages. Note here I'm telling you, now observe carefully. If the memory allocation is provided for the data at the runtime of the application, then it is called a dynamic memory allocation. Then it's called what is the dynamic memory allocation. Okay. All right. Now people are asking to me one question, sir. What is that question here? Any advantages of one over other memory allocations? Now, nice question. Now I'm giving some response here. Only one simple point here. Only that simple point here. Then effective memory management is the answer for it. Ramtej, effective memory management. Right, now tell me, observe carefully. In a static memory allocation, what is going to be happen? Whether we are going to use that memory or not, that doesn't matter. Total memory is going to be allocated. In static memory allocation, for example, in the static memory allocation, if you provide 10 bytes of memory, then there is no guarantee of using 10 bytes of memory at runtime. Then there is no guarantee of using 10 bytes of memory. You may use maybe 5 bytes of memory or 6 bytes of memory or maybe 2 bytes of memory, but we allocated 10 bytes of memory. There is a chance of getting memory wastage. But if it is in dynamic memory allocation, no, how much memory is required? We are going to allocate up to that much only. If you require 2 bytes of memory, we will assign 2 bytes of memory. If you require 5 bytes of memory, we will provide 5 bytes of memory. If you require 10 bytes of memory, then we will assign 10 bytes of memory. That's it. Now tell me, which one is a good memory management system, or which one is providing then effective memory utilization? Now tell me, is a static memory allocation or dynamic memory allocation? Ramtesh, no, you only tell me which one is a good one. You know, dynamic memory management system, dynamic memory allocation is an effective one when compared with the static one. Okay, but because of that reason, nowadays every programming language at present, the latest programming languages, the new programming languages are following dynamic memory management only, dynamic memories only. Right, sir, it's okay. In static memory, there is a chance of wasting the memory, but in the case of dynamic memory, there is a chance of utilizing the memory effectively. Guys, now the first point is completed, sir. Differences between Java and others. In that, C and C++ programming languages are static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. This total content is completed. Guys, now you only tell me the diagram is required or not required. If you say not required, then I'll leave it. No, then if you say required it, no, then I'll paste it. Diagram is required or not required. Whatever the diagram here I prepared for it. Right, nice. Now, then most of the people are saying that required. Then I'll copy and I'll paste it. Don't worry. Clear. Completed. Can I move forward? Can I go for the second point here? First difference we completed. Can I go for the second difference now? Simple difference. Simple and easy difference. Second one. Right, sir. Now the second difference is what? C and C++ require preprocessor, but Java does not require preprocessor. Now try to understand the point, no? But anyway, I will explain each and every content here inside this. But understand it, C and C++ require preprocessor, but Java does not require preprocessor. If you say yes, then I'll move forward. Everybody respond for me. Yes, sir. Can I explain it? Just read the statement. Just I'm asking you to just read the statement. Before going to understand the content, just read the statement now. Okay. Then how does memory allocation happen? If it is static programming language, compiler will do that, sir. If it is a dynamic programming language, no, runtime engine will do that. Okay. Yeah, that depends on programming language how that memory allocations are going to be happen. There is no standard way of it, no. Then but anyway, one point here I'm telling there, all memory allocations are going to be performed over like what there, RAM only, not on like what I'm telling there, hard disk, no, just on RAM only. Runtime memory is going to be allocated here. If it is static programming language, compiler will do that. If it is dynamic programming language, no, runtime engines will do that. Okay. Good. Right, sir. Now let us understand it. No, C and C++ required preprocessor, but Java does not require preprocessor. So before going to understand preprocessor is required or not required in C, C++ and in Java, before that, First, we have to understand what is preprocessor, what is preprocessor, what is its requirement. That all the points here we have to understand. Now let us check this point clearly. Understand it, no? I want to give one simple diagram. Now observe carefully. I am going to provide the compilation. That means the total process. Can observe carefully. This is my C program. I think all of you might be aware about it. If it is a C program, that file extension should be .c. Developer might be written this program where some code is available. Okay. After writing C program, what I have to do, sir? Next one. What I have to do? The program is in a high level, no? But we require the program in what language? Get low level. So what I have to do? I need to convert program from high level to low level. So what I have to do? Definitely here I have to perform what? Then why you are not giving response to me? After writing the C program, we have to convert the program from high level to low level. So what we have to do? Compilation. Guys, simply don't say compiler. Compiler is a mission. What it will do, I will do that. I will give clarity, but you have to say compilation. Compilation, that here we have to say. Don't say only compiler. Compiler, if you say no, it will be half of the answer. But compilation here we have to say. Now tell me, after the compilation, what files here we are able to get? After the compilation, what file here we are able to get? Come on, answer for it immediately. When we perform compilation, definitely we are able to get one file here. In the case of C programming language, what file here we are able to get? No, executable file. That's nice. .exe file. .exe file here we are able to get. Perfect. .exe file. Once you are getting .exe file, where what code here we are able to identify? No, what code here we are able to see there inside this .exe file, some executable code here we are able to see. That's nice. Executable code, mission code, low level language code, all are okay, fine. After getting .exe file, what we have to do? After getting .exe file, what we have to do? Come on. After getting .exe file, what we have to do? Come on. Execution here we have to perform. Execution here we have to perform. Nice. When we execute the program, what we are able to get? When we execute the program here, what we are able to get? And definitely here we are able to get what? Some outputs here we are able to get. Some output values here we are able to get. When we execute the program here, we are able to get some outputs. It's okay, fine. This is a process what we have seen already. Clear? Now I want to elaborate compilation process. I want to elaborate compilation. What is going on? What is available inside the compilation? How many missions are working under this compilation? Just I want to give clarity. Maximum people are thinking about it. Compilation could be done by compiler. Compilation could be performed by only compiler. People are thinking about it, but I'm giving clarity. No, it's not like that. Compilation could be performed by 4 missions. Compilation is performed by 4 missions. What are the 4 missions? First one is preprocessor. The very first one is what? The preprocessor. Next one is compiler. Next one is what? There assembler. Compiler, assembler. Next one is what? There loader, linker, editor. Preprocessor, compiler, assembler, loader, link, editor. These four missions are working together in order to perform compilation. Don't think about it. Compilation could be performed by only compiler. No. Compilation could be performed by 4 missions. Preprocessor. After preprocessing, after the preprocessor work, compiler work will start. After the compiler work, assembler work will start. After the assembler work, loader, link, editor work will start. But what exactly the internal functionalities of each and everything is not at all required now. Now why I am preparing this diagram? Actually, my main intention of preparing the diagram now, What is the location of the preprocessor in our programming languages? What is the location of the preprocessor in our programming language? Just I'm giving that information only. I'm not at all giving that what exactly compiler is doing, what exactly preprocessor is doing, what exactly assembler is doing, what loader linkator is. I'm not talking about it. Just I'm talking about it at what location preprocessor is available. It's very clear. Preprocessor is the first phase in the compilation. That's nice. Preprocessor is the first phase in the compilation. That's finished. Only that point only I'm going to take from this particular diagram. Clear. But anyway, we are providing the compiler, assembler, loader, link editor, preprocessor. No. Now, for the sake of the future purpose, for the sake of the future, I want to elaborate this compiler internal structure also. In the future, I require this point here. That is the reason why here I am providing that internal structure of the compiler also. Inside the internal structure of the compiler, here we are able to have how many phases here we are able to have there nearly 6 phases are available. What are the 6 phases inside the compiler now? Observe carefully. The first one is what there? Lexical analysis. Next one is syntax analysis. Next one is semantic analysis. Next one is intermediate code generation. Intermediate code generation. Okay. Next one is code optimization. Then after that, code generation. That's it. Now inside this, how many phases are available here? 6 phases. No. Lexical analysis is one phase. Syntax analysis, semantic analysis, intermediate code generation, code optimization, and code generation. After completion of this lexical analysis phase, then it will go with what there? Syntax analysis. After completion of the syntax analysis, then it will go with what there? Semantic analysis. After the semantic analysis, it will go with the intermediate code generation. After that, code optimization. After this code optimization, finally code generation. That is executable code is going to be generated. This is a diagram, guys. As once again I'm telling to you, their internal functionalities are not at all required. Their internal functionalities are not at all required. Just we have to understand only the point here. What is the point here? We have to understand what is the location of the preprocessor. As we are going to talk about preprocessor concept, preprocessor is required in C, C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. To talk about this particular point, first we have to understand at what location preprocessor is available in our programming language, where it is available. That here we are understanding now. Okay, sir. Now observe carefully. This diagram here I'm going to copy, but before that, the preprocessor is available here. Now this is the location of the preprocessor inside the compilation. Okay, good. Let me copy this diagram now. Location of the preprocessor here I given. Now let me talk about it now. Preprocessor is the first phase in the compilation. Preprocessor is the first phase in the compilation. Okay, that we understood. The diagram is also be okay. Fine. Now my question is, what it will do? What it will do? What is its responsibility? What preprocessor will do? What preprocessor will perform the activity? That is my question. That I am asking there. What preprocessor will do? Any idea, guys? Then what preprocessor is perform? What preprocessor is able to do? What preprocessor will do? Any idea? Now I'm giving some clarity. Now observe carefully. All of you understand it, no? Observe carefully. In C and C++, guys, first of all, one point give clarity for me. Every programming language is having its own library or not? Every programming language is having its own library or not? Please respond to me, all of you know. Every programming language is having its own library or not? So that library is called predefined library. C programming language is having its own library. Java is having its own library. and Python is having its own library. So they are nothing but what they are predefined libraries. Okay, now observe carefully. How the predefined libraries are provided is different from programming language to programming language. In C programming language, predefined library will be provided in one way. In Java, that predefined library is provided in another way. Okay, that depends on programming language how they are provided, but libraries are available. Now observe carefully. In C and C++, the predefined library, the complete predefined libraries are provided in the form of header files. Am I right or not? Please confirm to me, guys. In C and C++, the complete predefined library is provided. Libraries are provided in the form of header files. Am I right or not? As you know, already C and C++ a little bit. As you know, C programming language a little bit. You have to confirm to me in the form of header files. Now, can you tell me examples for header files, guys? Now tell me examples for header files. Now, can you tell me? Yesterday about.h, Kanyo.h, math.h. Am I right? All of you. Yes, these are all like what they're header files and so on. So many things are available. Okay, clear. That predefined libraries are provided in the form of header files. That examples can I give. But how am I able to get libraries from header files into C program? How is it possible to get predefined libraries from header files to C program? How is it possible? Now I'm giving clarity and observe carefully. To get predefined libraries from header files to the C and the C++ programs, we have to include the respective header files by using hash include statements. Am I right or not? To get predefined libraries from header files to the C and C++ programs, we have to include the respective header files by using hash include statements. Am I right or not? Please all of you respond for me. Right, so now here I'm going to give some examples. Observe carefully. Examples here I'm telling you. Now all of you understand it. No. Examples are like what there. Hash includes yesterday.h. Hash includes Kanyo.h. Hash includes math.h. Hash include yesterday.h, hash include Kanyo.h, and hash include math.h. Got it? Right, so now in that way here we are able to provide like what there things now. Good. If I write hash include statements in my C program, what is going on? If I write hash include statement in my C program, what is going on? You only tell me. I'm giving some internal process. Try to understand it now. When we compile this program, when we compile this C program, which has hash include statements, preprocessor will recognize these hash include statements. Guys, now tell me, who is recognizing these hash include statements? No. Who will recognize these hash include statements? No. Preprocessor will recognize these hash include statements. Nice. Preprocessor will take the provided header files. Preprocessor will take the provided header files names. Preprocessor will check whether these header files are available or not available in a C program. Preprocessor will check whether these header files are available or not available in a C software. If these header files are not available, it will raise an error. If these header files are available in a C software, then simply preprocessor will load all these header files content to the memory. Preprocessor will load all these header files content to the memory. This is what exactly preprocessor will do internally. Once again, guys, I'm giving clarity and observe carefully. If we compile a C program, C and C++ programs, then the preprocessor will perform the following actions. What actions it is able to perform there? What actions it is able to perform there? Point number 1, observe carefully. Preprocessor will recognize the hash include statements. Preprocessor will take the provided header files names and search them in a C and C++ softwares. If they do not exist, then the preprocessor will raise errors. If they exist, then the preprocessor will load the header files content to the memory. Now guys, now tell me, at what time this header files content is loaded to the memory? At what time this header files content is loaded to the memory, guys? Now tell me, you only at a compilation time or not? Who is loading that? Preprocessor. At what time? Compilation time or not? Come on, you have to respond for me. That compilation time only. So at the time of compilation, if we load, at the time of compilation, if we load libraries now, then that they are called as, then it is called as static loading. Static loading. So it is called static loading. Static loading, dynamic loading, two things now. Okay, static memory allocation is different, static loading is different. Static memory allocation, dynamic memory allocation. Static loading, dynamic loading. Now loading libraries at compilation time, then it is called as what is static loading. Alright, sir. Now if they exist, then the preprocessor will load the header files content to the memory. It is called static loading. Now I'm giving a note, no type of point here I'm giving there. What is that note? Not note here, conclusion here I'm telling there. In a C and C++, preprocessor is required to recognize and load all the header files content to the memory. To recognize and load the header files content to the memory, we have to use or we need preprocessor in C and C++. That is the purpose of the preprocessor in C and C++. Okay, got it? But why it is not required in Java? Why it is not required in Java? Why preprocessor is not required in Java? That we have to understand in tomorrow, guys. Now the time is almost on 9:30. So then tomorrow I'll continue. Then why it is not required in Java? Then tomorrow we are going to understand it. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the total process, guys. Okay. Then guys, now people are asking to me regarding this admission process in continuous messages. No, how to register for this course like this. People are asking me. Just guys, I'm giving clarity for you. Just take screenshot of it. Now directly you can talk with our admin people. Then they will go for it. Yeah. Then Amir Kumar, then please, then the number I have given there, our admin is a Hemant, just he will talk with you regarding that. The payment related things, I'm not the responsible person for it. Hemant is not responding. No. Core Java, minimum 3 months of time, sir. Sure. More than that, I will take no. So in my classes, durations are less priority. Content is more priority. Definitely, I may take more time. But more than 3 months of time, I'm going to take no. Okay, sure. Why? Because durations I may take more. Why? Because a lot of content I have to cover. Otherwise, I may not get satisfaction over these classes now. Okay. Amir Kumar, oh, it's okay. Just do one thing. Then send a message to him, WhatsApp message, no? Then regarding this admission like this, immediately we'll make a call to you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Then once again, I'm confirming to you, durations are less priority in my classes. I may take more time definitely, but don't think about the durations now. Why? Because content I'm going to be covered, more content I'm going to be covered. Okay, then each and every point, pinpoint I have to discuss there. Why? Because learning is a one-time process. That time we have to learn completely. Okay, then learning half of the content here and attending interviews and not successful in interviews and again coming back to the institutes and searching for institutes is a waste of time. One time, if you put time, if you learn effectively, then you will not get any problem throughout your career. That's the point I'm telling you. Right, so now one question will be joining your advanced Java 2. There also Spring Boot is there, and in this class also Spring Boot there will cover same content in both the classes. Yes, sir. Now see, whatever the courses I'm going to start, any other batches, no, there I'm going to talk about like what there the same content about my classes. In my classes, the content will be very same in every batch. No changes in our content in all batches. No. Okay. Right, sir. But actually, next month 10th, I'm planning to start advanced Java, not for our batch actually. For morning 7 o'clock, morning 6 and 7 o'clock, there is a full stack Java batch now. Their core Java, they are in the middle. So for them, I'm going to start advanced Java at 6 o'clock next month 10th. If you have already basics in core Java, then you can join with that. No problem. If you have already basics in core Java, then you can join with that. With that batch now. There again, that batch, all the concepts are going, and even in this batch also, all the concepts are going to be happen. Then Gomati, you want to learn JDBs in deep now? Then definitely my class are suitable. More content I will cover in JDBC. Very good content. Yeah, definitely. JDBC is okay. Nothing is going on. Every content you are going to get deep knowledge you are able to get. Okay, right, guys. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, guys. Then shall we meet in tomorrow? Anyway, take screenshot of it now. Directly you can talk with Hemant. No, he's admin person. Okay, at least send what I'm telling there. WhatsApp message. No, then he'll give clarity on it. Class notes link is not working. No, sir. No, it's working. Already tested it. Please, as it is, you can type now on the browser so that you will get it. Already tested it yesterday, the last class. Yeah, it's coming. Just if you click on it, this document will open. It's open, sir. Please check it. Yeah. Okay, shall we meet on tomorrow? Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Shall meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow at the same time with the same link. Try to attend the classes. Thank you. Thanks a lot.